What's up guys, we are back again with another tutorial. As you've seen in the title, we're going to be creating a parkour course using a few commands so you can actually TP back if you land in the wrong space, and we can add a currency so you can use it so people can buy tickets, etc, and possibly win something if they get to the end. So we're going to start off with learning how to TP if you do fall into the water, and how you can also go ahead and buy yourself a ticket, get charged using the currency, and then actually win if you get to the end. So to start off, of course, you are going to need yourself a course. We're not going to go through building a course. This can be any sort of course that you like. One thing that I would suggest is having it at least 2 blocks up in the water though, or a few blocks up from where people have got to jump. For example, it's not going to affect you here, however if you go any lower, it will then TP you straight back out. When you're building your course, of course, be mindful that people are actually able to make the gaps. So there's no point making it if it's impossible to play. So as ever, before we get started, we're going to have to take ourselves a few measurements. What I mean by this is that you're going to have your course ready, and you're going to have the area that they don't want to go into. By this meaning that people are allowed here, they're allowed here. However, if they reach the bottom block, they are going to get TP'd back to the start, or back to a certain point that you actually want them to get TP'd to. To do this, we are going to come into the corner, or one of the corners over here. Oh, that was certainly unexpected. And we're going to be taking the coordinates. So we got 4916476. So write that down. Now what we're going to do is we're going to want to find out the rest of the area of this pool to get it exactly. So what we're going to do first is we're going to do the x-axis. Now the x-axis is the first number on the left, and that is if we go this way. So if you're going to count from 491 and we go all the way down, you're going to see that it's minus, so we're minus on the x-axis. And then we're going to work out the difference between 445 and 491. And my maths isn't great, but I do believe that is 46. 46, I'm pretty sure. Either way, so x-axis is minus 46, and then if we come onto the z-axis over here, that's 90. But we started on 76, so that's going to be 24 difference there. The numbers that we do need are going to be the coordinates right now. We're going to need minus 46 on the x-axis. We're going to be covering this entire pool. Now to the Room of Wonders. No, I'm only joking, it's quite a poorly constructed construction room, which I found out today is apparently a huge lag causer. So to any of you that also build your command rooms with these sea lanterns, check out, you see that? That's animation right there. That animation is causing lag. Anyway, now let's get down to the command block that is going to be controlling this pond and what happens in it, or the parkour, sorry. So when you fall in a certain bit, it's going to TP you straight back out. Of course, we have the coordinates that we wrote down already, and the reason we're doing it over here is because I do find it better to have everything centralized in one room, rather than having scattered command blocks. We'll go through how you can do that at the end with a ticking area, just to make sure that everything that you put down here works throughout the whole server, or realm of course. So if we start off with the repeating, unconditional and always active command block, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a TP command. We're going to be doing TP at A, and this is where going to be the numbers that we just wrote down are going to come in quite handy. So we have our X, Y and Z for the coordinates that we were. So it's going to be a square bracket, X equals comma, Y equals, and you're just going to put in the numbers of where you want it to start. Once you finished off with your Z equals and the number there, we're going to finish off with that another comma, and then we're going to go to the DX. So this is how far we went on the X axis, and we went minus 47 one way. Or minus 46, I think I just added an extra one just to be safe. You're then going to do a comma, you're going to do a dy, and that's going to equal, I'm going to put 0 because we don't actually want it any higher, we simply want it on that first level. So as soon as they hit that one level, they're going to get TP'd out. We're going to do a comma, and then we're going to do a dz, and that was actually not, it was a little bit less than 20 across. 16, it was actually 16. I've finally done the maths. Let's fix my own command. So, DZ was actually 16 across on the Z axis on mine, however just make sure that you actually calculate yours properly, whether it's on the minus or on the plus. If it's plus, you don't have to put a plus. If it is minus, however, you do need to put a minus mark. So anyway, that's the exact area calculated. We can now close it off with a square bracket, and then we're going to put the exact place where you want them to TP out to. For me, it's 4946794. That's because that's just outside of the little ticket office. You can of course have it back to the track, or you could even do this in split sections. What I mean by split sections is that you can have the bottom bit TPing you back to the start. However, if they get to another part of the map highlighted right now, they're going to get TP'd to a spawn point, let's say, so they don't have to go all the way to the start, or maybe towards the end if you've got a really long track, and so on. Almost like spawn points along the way without having to actually change a player's spawn point. They'll just end up TPing back, and then of course you can add an exit button. Either way, once you have got all of that typed into your command block and you've worked out your areas, as soon as you go into that exact area, it is going to TP you right out. In fact, one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to go through the ticking area now, because I do find it important for all of these commands so you can actually make them work from elsewhere in one area, and a lot of people don't actually mention these. So let's go to my super secret command block area. Now what you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to set up a ticking area. This is an area that ticks throughout the server, and it's going to keep all the commands in here going throughout the server. This means that if I am 100 blocks or if I'm 1 million blocks away, they will be affected by it. And the command that you're going to want to do is ticking area. That's going to be followed by an add to, of course, add the ticking area. You're going to want to do it, I usually do it in a circle, but you can actually have it in an exact area so you can make sure that it's hitting your exact command center. However, I'm just going to do a circle and then we're going to do right here. So this is going to be if you want it to happen exactly where you're stood from, and that's where your ticking area is going to be created. Of course, you can do this with a command block, or you can also now put a location here. So you can do it in a circle in the location of this area. If you wanted to do it in the location, you'd actually put the numbers down here or the coordinates, so that's your coordinates, that's what you would put down. However, I'm going to do it right here, and what we're going to do is we're going to do 4, so you can have up to 4 blocks or 4 chunks tick radius around you. So we're going to do the maximum there, and then you can then call it, I'm just going to call it spawn. Fortunately, if you do have one, it's going to come up with that message. So if I just do another one, I'll do spawns. You're going to get added ticking area centered at this area, and you got 2 out of 10 ticking areas in use. If it's your first one, you're going to have 1. However, everything in this vicinity for up to 4 chunks around where I've just done it is now going to be ticked throughout the whole server. And I really do recommend you do that, because then it's going to keep all of your rules and everything you got going on in your command room going out throughout the world. Awesome, so we know how to TP people. You're probably thinking, well, how do I charge them? How do they win some money? That's what I want to see. So let's get straight on with that now. If you haven't done a scoreboard already to actually make your currency, let's go through it quickly right now. I do have a more in detail video. It's a really old video. It's pretty awful. I don't think I'm even going to leave a link for it. So I'm just going to do this on the command block here, and what we're going to do first is we're going to want to add an objective. This objective is going to be like a currency, so you might have money, you might have dollars. I've just called mine tokens. We're going to be typing in scoreboard objectives add. Let's say you want to call yours coins. We're going to do add coins, and then after that you're going to follow it up with dummy. No, I'm not calling you a dummy, it's all part of the process. So let's go ahead, press that button, and we should have a message now saying added a new objective called coins successfully. This now means that we have our objectives, like you see tokens right there. However, it's not displayed. If you want to go ahead and add it to a display now, you can do a scoreboard objectives set display, and then you can either have it to list, which is your pause menu. You can add it to your sidebar, where mine is right now. So you're going to want to put scoreboard objectives set display, then you're going to choose where you want it, so sidebar where it is, where mine is right now, or you can just add it to the list, which is your pause menu. So let's do list, and then we're going to actually write the objective down. For our case it was coins, and you're going to write whatever objective you have created. Let's go press the button, it will say set display object in the slot list to coins, and if we press pause or the pause menu, you're going to see we have coins there. But nothing's been added. Now if you do want to add anything or any money to players, you're going to do a scoreboard players add. You can do their names or at P or at A. You're going to follow it by the objective, and then you're going to put how much. So let's make myself a millionaire. Hit my pause menu and we can check that out. If you want to remove it, simply change add to remove. We can now go ahead, press the button, and you're going to see that it's now removed all of my coins, and so on. You get the point. We're not going to do a whole currency one here, but at least you have now set yourself a currency and you know how to add and take away. Let's get rid of this cursed rain. Why is it always raining on Minecraft lately? That's it's a new addition. Either way, we have our awesome currency set up, so let's actually make our ticket. So if I just break the floor down a little bit here, you're going to see we have a few series of commands right here, and it might seem like quite a few, but I just like to add a few little title messages as well going down. I like to have them all pointed down to the ground. That is completely up to you. I just find it good because I'm going to do at P here, so you want it the closest person to the button. So what we're going to do is we're going to be starting off with a impulse unconditional needs redstone. Here you're going to be checking that the player actually has that much. So we're going to do a scoreboard players. However, this time we're going to be testing if they have that much. We're going to do it at P, so the closest person to the buttons, and of course here is when you're going to add your objective. Mine's called tokens. If you have coins, write coins, dollars, then you're going to add how much. So effectively we're going to be testing how much the player has. If they have 20, it will then go through to the next command block. If they don't, it won't. That's because it's a chain conditional always active. And at this point, if it has gone through and they do have that much, we're going to do a scoreboard players remove at P. your objective, and then how much. We've tested they have 20, we've taken away their 20. You can add a little tick delay if you do want to, as long as you just make sure it's chain conditional, always active. Now this is optional, I just like to add a little message. So I've put title at P action bar, so that's going to come along the bottom of your screen. It's going to be get ready to start, chain conditional, always active again, and I put a little 20 tick delay in ticks, just to make it about a second between that one and that one. Now again, completely optional, I've just added another title message, so title at P action bar, get to the end to win 100 tokens, chain conditional, always active again, and I've done this on a 50 tick delay just to give it about 2.5 seconds so people can actually read it before it cancels the last message. Now let's go down one more. You're going to want them to TP it to the place of your starting. So this is going to be the start of the parkour. You're going to do TP at P, and then you're going to get the coordinates with a chain conditional, always active, and I've done this with a 60 tick delay just so they have time to read this last message. So another one you can add on, and I actually done this afterwards because you don't want it to be conditional, and if they don't have an effect it doesn't go through, but I like to add this on to the end and just make sure you cover the area of where they're going to TP to. But effect at P, range of 20, whatever range they are in the square brackets, and clear. This is just going to be in case anybody took any potions to try and sort of cheat the system. You're just going to clear any effects, and that's conditional. Chain conditional, always active. Either way, what this has now done is it's checked that we have $20. It's going to take away our $20. It's now going to give us a little message, another little message. It's going to TP us, and it's also going to clear us of any effects just in case we're trying to cheat. Now once you've bravely made your way through your cool parkour course that you have made, it's going to be pretty simple at the end. You're going to hit this button, you're going to get a little message saying you have completed the course, you're going to get 100 tokens, and you're straight back out again. So let's just head over, and I do suggest using some barrier blocks just to stop people being able to jump in and do that. That's going to be a / give at S barrier. There's only going to be 3 command blocks for this. The first one's going to be a scoreboard player's add at P, so it's going to be adding to the closest player, and then your scoreboard, so mine's tokens, and I'm going to be adding 100, so they've won their 100. I've made it across, they finally completed your course, they do need a prize. Optional again, I'm just going to put a title at P action bar, just so it comes on the bottom message saying you've completed the course, they know that they've done it. Make sure this is a chain conditional, always active, so it'll only happen after the first one has happened. Again with the third one, chain conditional, always active, and just play around with your tick and delays just in case you might want one to last a little bit longer than the other. You might want them with enough time to read the message. And the last one's going to be a TP at P, and then the coordinates that you want them to come out of the course just in case they want to start again. So thanks for watching guys, don't forget to hit that like button, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. Really does help the channel and I really appreciate it. So we'll catch you next time on the next tutorial. Bye bye.